Hello guys, and welcome to the first video of this series. If you don't know what this series is, then I have no idea what you're doing here, but okay. This week I'm talking about Nightwing, as you may have guessed from the title. I chose Nightwing for my first video because he's kind of my favorite superhero, if I had to choose one. So let's start from the beginning. Dick Grayson was part of the Haley's Circus Acrobat Act with his family. They were called the Flying Graysons. During one of his performances, his parents were killed in front of his eyes by gangsters. And the details are always kind of changing. It's like sometimes they say it was mid-act and they put acid on the ropes, and other times they say somebody came in and shot them. Bruce Wayne, also known as Batman, was watching that very show. So he adopted Dick Grayson. And Bruce Wayne sort of felt for the kid because, you know, he saw his parents die and the kid just saw his parents die. So, you know, he adopted him, alright? Just deal with it. So one night, Dick Grayson decided to go out and try and solve the mystery of his parents' death when he was like 12. On that night, he ran into Batman, who was also investigating the case. So Batman, like the good parent he is, knocked the kid out and brought him back to the Batcave. And you probably know where this is going. Batman revealed it was Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne said, "Do you want to be my sidekick?" He said yes. He became Robin, the very first Robin. A lot of people don't know this, but there's actually been multiple Robins. But that's a story for another time. So Dick Grayson ran around as the first boy wonder, learning all of his hero skills from the Dark Knight. So after a little while of being Robin and taking on his own solo missions, he decided to start a new team, which is the Teen Titans. Yes, this is the same Teen Titans that had a TV show that we all know and loved. After a fight with one of the many Gotham villains, Dick Grayson was shot in the shoulder, and Batman wanted him to quit crime fighting. And then they had this huge argument, and Dick Grayson was like, "I got my own views about crime fighting, I'm leaving." And so he left. He left the name Robin behind, he left the Teen Titans, he just left everything. He didn't know what he was gonna do, he left. And so after he left, he was kind of lost and he didn't really know what he was doing. So he went to go talk to Superman, because everybody knows they can go and casually talk to Superman. Superman gave him the drive to keep crime fighting, and he told him about an old Kryptonian legend with the hero's name being Nightwing, which is where Dick Grayson got his new name from. And in a spectacular comeback, he had a new name, he had a new outfit, he made a new Titans team, which was just the old Titans team with some new people. He finally moved out of the shadow of the bat. I really wanted to say that. It's also kind of key to mention that Batman and Nightwing had a strained relationship because Batman lied to Nightwing about his parents' killer being dead when he wasn't dead. He was just in a coma, and then he got released from jail, and then a helicopter came with a man and shot him down, and Nightwing's dead, and he saw him and he went to go ask Batman. Batman said he was protecting him, and he's just like, "No, I don't want to be protected by you, just go away." One day, Batman was crippled by Bane, who cracked his back on his knee, or it was spectacular, it was kind of violent. It was like the movie, but not really. Point is that while Batman healed himself, Nightwing became the new Batman, with the third Robin, Tim Drake, as his sidekick. But then Bruce Wayne got back all healed and okay and took over again. Nightwing also had his own city. Kind of like how Gotham is to Batman, Bloodhaven is to Nightwing. Now I don't know about you, but I would not move to a place called Bloodhaven. That just seems like a bad idea. Anyway, Nightwing was doing okay. He was protecting his city and it was going alright until the Society of Evil Villain People dropped Chemo, which is a living chemical nuclear radioactive thing, onto the city and killed 100,000 people. Dick Grayson is Nightwing by night and Cop by day, which means he's protecting his city 24/7. When does this guy sleep? When does Batman sleep? And like any superhero story, a whole jumble of stuff happened. He left the Teen Titans, he came back to the Teen Titans, he left the Teen Titans again, he led the Outsiders, left the Outsiders, then went back to Gotham because Batman died and he wanted to protect Gotham. And there was one time when he had to take down the second Robin, whose new name is Red Hood, and he's kind of evil but not really evil, and Dick Grayson had help from the third Robin and the fourth Robin, which means that the first, third, and fourth Robin were taking on the second Robin. It's kind of like a big jumble of mess. After all that, he became Batman again. And then in a typically Batman fashion, Bruce Wayne comes back from the dead, because he was never actually dead, he was just lost in time or in limbo or something, I don't know, but he becomes Batman again, and then Dick Grayson goes back to being Nightwing. Again. God, these comics are so confusing, jeez. And now to the good stuff. Nightwing has had many love interests, and he has a serious weakness for redheads. His first love was Starfire, who was an alien redhead from the planet Tamaran, and she kind of like blast energy things. She's part of the Titans and she's kind of a badass. And they nearly got married, except that their wedding was crashed by their other Titan friend Raven, who was possessed by her demon father. And well, she planted some demon seed in Starfire, and then Starfire had to leave to go find her soul in another planet, and it's just messy. His second love was Barbara Gordon, who was better known as the first Batgirl or Oracle, and wouldn't you know it, she's a redhead. They were also engaged, but the wedding never really happened because Nightwing had to go and find his soul or something. I don't know. There's a lot of soul searching that happens in comics apparently. Nightwing's skills include Batman level martial arts, Batman level detective skills, higher than Batman level acrobat skill thing. In fact, he is actually regarded as the most skilled acrobat in the whole DC universe. He's the only living person that can do a quadruple somersault. I don't know what a quadruple somersault is, but it sounds very impressive. He also has excellent leader qualities because he's led like 3 teams and he calls them all together for all these badass collaborations. Plus he's got all these other skills from being a perfect human being at the peak of his mental and physical capability. Essentially, he's Batman but cooler. His equipment include a Screamer sticks which are electrified at the end. He also has wingdings which are his version of Batman's Batarang. And all these other ninja things like smoke pellets and whatnot. He's got many forms of transport, but the most iconic is his bike, which is the coolest vehicle next to the Batmobile. His suit has all the cool superhero fire, electric, water, knife, bullet, missile-proof deal. Plus Nightwing's suit darkens when he's in a brighter area. He's had a bunch of costumes, including the disco Nightwing era, which most people would like to forget, but some people dig that costume. He usually goes with the black and blue, but the new comics have him in a black and red suit. And that's about all I can think of to talk about. If I made a mistake or I missed something, please tell me in the comments below. I'll fix it as fast as I can with those little boxes. If you want to know more, you can go watch some of the cartoons. I'll put a link in the description for a wiki that I got all this from. Or you can go buy the comics, which, you know, that's kind of a thing. And you guys should comment with ideas for next week's superhero. Also, give me feedback for this video. Did you want more history? Did you want less history? Did you want me to talk about his stuff more? Did you want me to talk about his powers more? I don't know, whatever. Click here for my last video. Click here to go to my channel. And click here to do absolutely nothing. Bye!